Well. This is United Special, talking about the transfers of Manchester United, only on the Plot Malaysia. Hello, welcome to the Plot Malaysia. This is our sixth episode of the new season. This is the show for the fans, by the fans. As you can see, I am just here today without my, of course, partner in crime, or co-host, the Liverpool fan Harry, because frankly speaking, this has nothing to do with him. He won't be even excited to talk about it because he must be very, very sad, coming on because Liverpool has done no business. But it's okay. It's okay. It's United's turn to shine. And boy, am I not alone. So, along with me today, we're going to be discussing on today's transfer, of course, with the prospect of Antony. Of course, he's already joining United. I think it's just virtually about unveiling him very, very soon. And of course, Dubravka in what we call soon after. So, here to join me today, let's welcome fellow United fan from Malaysia, Arvin.
Hello.
Hi, Arvin. How are you, man?
Good, brother. Good. Doing good.
Doing
Better
good.
the past
Doing good.
couple of weeks, when you start winning early. So it's slightly
Yes,
better.
yes. Absolutely, man. I've been thinking from the first two games, you lost, both games. I
Yeah.
thought that's it. We were rock bottom. We were
mm,
conceding goals. We couldn't even score goals. And now
Yeah.
finally, we have won. We have beaten Liverpool. Yeah, yeah. Time to
That
celebrate
was a
on that,
good
of
win, bro.
course.
That was a good win.
Very good win, of course,
Yeah.
against our arch rivals. And following that, of course, a very hard fought victory against Southampton. Um, to me, in my opinion, I think there's very positive signs, of course, in the transfer window. Are you happy so far with the current transfers that Ten Hag has made for United? Tell us.
Um. If you ask me, I'm happy with the signings like Antony coming in for the right wing
Mhm,
position because I
mhm.
feel like we need someone at that particular position because Sancho has to go to the left. We can't rely on
Yep,
Rashford, Marshall yet because they are very
absolutely.
inconsistent. So I feel
Yep,
like Anthony is a great buy.
yep.
Same goes to like Sandro Martinez, Malaysia, and also Casemiro.
Hmm.
So the signing so far has been really good, but there's one more thing that I feel like has to be addressed, which is the central midfield role. Like
Yep,
we do have a CDM right now, but we need
yep.
a ball playing midfielder because
Okay.
few times it's like previously it was Fred and McTominay.
Yep.
So our midfield was stagnant, no creativity in the engine room and all. And we got to know that Casemiro do not bring you creativity. He brings shield to the uh, defense, and we can't
Yep.
over rely on Bruno.
Yep.
So I feel like we need one more addition on the central midfielder. We don't need a CDM, but we need someone who can really carry the ball and play box to box. Someone like Pogba used to be. He wasn't a
Understand.
CDM, but he was at the mid dictating the gameplay and all. So I feel that's
Okay.
one thing we should address before the transfer window shut down. I got no idea yet what's happening.
Well, we've got 2 more days to go, to be
Yeah,
honest. Yeah, I totally agree with you. We do need a good, a creative midfielder, to so to speak, in our team. However, I'm also going to be sharing a little bit because I think I'm very happy with Ericsson coming into United. Even though he was on a free transfer, I thought in time to come he's going to be absolutely fantastic, creating more passes, of course, creating more chances. Of course, he's no Pogba. He's not a Pogba, but I think he can get us somewhere, in this particular few games in the season before the January transfer window starts. And of course, games are going to be coming in quick and fast, prior to the World Cup. So it's going to be very exciting to see United playing like what, 2 games in 3 days, for the most week. I think we are going to enjoy it as well. But let's see how the players can handle it. Hopefully, we don't end up with too many injuries, and we can still perform, better than ever. And hopefully, this season we will get somewhere and hopefully qualify for the Champions League. So just to go a little bit more on the Anthony transfer. Okay, Arvin, I want to just ask you, what do you think he can really bring to United? From
bro,
the
he
get go.
can bring the type of flair that Nani brings. Cristiano Ronaldo, not right now, during his early ages, Manchester
Yep,
United. So
yep,
we
I agree
need,
with you.
yeah, we need some world beaters. who can dribble past defenses to unlock
Mhm.
defense. We need someone who can actually take the risk with good ball control. Sancho has it, but he has not been up to his full potential. And Anthony, based on he has the pace, he has the dribbling ability. We have never seen the
Mhm.
creative side of him yet. It
Yep.
can be a 50-50 risk. Because if you ask me, compared to Anthony and Sancho, Sancho had a greater stats compared to Anthony.
Yep.
But
Yep.
we are all attracted to his ball control, and he works under Eric Ten Hag, so he knows him very well. So
Yep.
I feel he can, when he comes in, he's going to rule that right wing position,
Okay.
because not because we have good options in our team, it's because the other options are not good enough yet
Okay.
that he would be straight going into the starting lineup. That's what I feel.
So in other words, you also think it's going to be good competition for the current squad of players that we have,
Yeah.
like Sancho and Rashford and so on, that would be on their toes, trying to prove themselves to Eric Ten Hag to get a chance to start. So I think to me, in my opinion, this is a good time for United to have a good squad depth. That I think at their disposal, because when you're talking about going down the flanks, if you notice last season, Arvin, we never really had a chance to do much on the flanks. With Aaron Wan-Bissaka not really crossing the ball, we never had attacking flair. But this
Yeah.
season so far, you see Dalo taking up that mantle, crossing the ball in, creating chances, of course. That has resulted in a few goals, in our game. So I do foresee that happening a lot more. And I'm very, very excited, of course, for Anthony to come on and show what he is all about. We have got the three Anthonys in
Yeah.
United right now.
Ilanga,
you know,
Marshall, and then, yeah.
yeah, Martial, not long ago, people thought he was going to be sold off, but he has come back. He has proven what he can do. So let's see what he can do in partnership with all the new players as well. Anthony Ilanga, I'm very excited as well because he has been absolutely fantastic going down the left, and I see a lot more goals being created from him and also for himself to score. And of course, no doubt, hopefully, if Anthony gets a chance to play against Leicester, which I doubt, I don't think that's going to be
You
possible.
I don't think you won.
Yeah, because of visa and so on. But I'm very sure in the next game against Arsenal, he's going to be a very, very important asset, if he gets a chance to play, for United in that game. So, guys, United fans out there, as you can see, we are talking about the transfers, with Anthony and of course, Dubravka. We're going to talk about it shortly. But guys, let us know in the comments, what do you think? What are your opinions? Who else do you think United need to get on or to add on to the list of players that they have right now? Give us a shout. We want to know. We want to know what you think so that we can actually, talk about it a bit more, and do subscribe to our channel, and of course give us the like as well. It's very important. We are trying to grow to 5,000 subscribers, so do give us that shout out as well. So Arvin, moving on to the next one, Dubravka. I know not much is talked about him, but in my opinion, I think he's one of the good goalkeepers that Newcastle has had. I think he has played in so many teams before. He has done really, really well. What do you think, of this prospect? Although he's 33, I think now, but what do you think of the prospect of having him in the team?
We never really had a good second choice goalkeeper since Romero.
Romero,
He,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. So he was reliable. They even used him for one of the Europa League. So when we looked at Dean Henderson, when he was at
Yep.
Manchester United, he didn't get the chance because De Gea at that particular time he started to impress.
Yep.
So De Gea, he has his own weaknesses. He's very weak when the ball is on his foot, and he
Hmm.
doesn't goes on into challenges and all. So maybe Dubravka, I've seen him play previously, and I feel he's more than what we all are saying. He has something in him, and hope he can push De Gea for the spot, because we know that previously when someone pushed De Gea for his spot, he excelled. Which Dean Henderson, he kicked him out of the whole club. Yeah. So we can never doubt De Gea. He's someone who has been our saviors for a few years. Like
Yep.
Manchester United would not be Manchester United without De Gea. So we just, maybe it gets boring for him. I'm just standing between the sticks for almost like 10 years, or more than 10,
Yeah,
almost
he's
10 Yes,
Yeah, he has been around for I think 11 years now, 10,
11 years,
11 years,
right?
12
Yeah,
years maybe, so he has been around for quite some time. I appreciate his loyalty, definitely. Arvind, I do think that he has been a very loyal goalkeeper, still young, of course, in his 30s, still has a lot to prove. I think you're right. This is a good way to make him feel like he needs to be back to his best, having
yeah.
a second choice goalkeeper. Another question for you: do you think this is going to be a time where Dubravka starts in the Europa League most of the time, or do you think it's going to be the hair all the way?
I think initially it would be Dubravka.
Mhm,
My prediction is it would be Dubravka for the cup games and Europa
mhm,
League. But
mhm,
we all know that for the big games, maybe in the Europa League quarterfinals or semifinals,
mhm,
Ten Hag would always opt to choose De Gea because of his experience, and De Gea
mhm.
on his day is magnificent. His shot stopping
Wow.
ability and all. So another thing is he had not been decent during that 4-0 loss.
Mhm.
But after that also, Martinez and Varane, they never, the past two games, even against Liverpool, he didn't have much of saves or something.
Oh
He didn't.
yes, yes, you're absolutely right. So brings me to the next topic. Of course, the impact of
Yeah.
Martinez and Varane, which you're absolutely right. You spot on, Arvin. I think this is also one way for the defenders to prove that if they have a good defense, if we have a good defense, it will actually allow the goalkeepers to
Yeah.
do less work. They can practically just sit down there as a spectator and not really make much save, which is good. It's a good thing, right? When the defense are
Yeah,
pretty good,
true.
like they say, goals win you games, but defenses wins you cups, or trophies. So hopefully, this is a good partnership between Martinez and Varane. Tell me, what, in your opinion, between these two players, Martinez and Varane, there's so much of criticism for Martinez in particular because of his height. Graham Souness saying that he will fail in the Premier League. I don't know if you read that. There's so many criticism that he has actually got. What do you want to tell the fans, and what do you want to share with people out there, in your opinion, about Martinez?
Like, okay, I know he's quite short for a defender, but
Yeah,
he has that aggression that we lost since Nemanja Vidic. We had
yeah,
aggression through Eric Bailey and Marcus Rojo,
yeah,
but it was all just like clumsy aggressiveness. And his one was clean. He didn't let anyone pass through. During the previous game against, wait, sorry, what's the 1-0 win? What team was that?
Oh, Southampton.
Yeah, sorry, got blank suddenly. So during
No
that win,
problem.
he won 5 out of 5 aerial duels,
Yep,
which
yep.
is, if he's short, he couldn't have done that. So he has that aggression, he has that interception ability. And against Liverpool, damn, that man, he was on form, bro.
Yeah,
Things that,
absolutely on form. He stopped shots from Salah. He just threw his body up forward, of course, and
yeah,
the whole defense was absolutely amazing against Liverpool, and of course it went on to show against Southampton as well. I know, even though it was a first away game victory after so long, we
yeah.
needed that kind of defense that actually carry us through. So, what do you think of this partnership, Arvin, Martinez and Varane? And let's not talk about Maguire because he's old news. he's he's the fridge, very expensive fridge, as people call it. And I do hope that Chelsea take him on, and buy him for whatever they want to buy. But yeah, do tell us about this partnership between Varane and Martinez.
Bro, it was something that I suspected would it go right or not during the Liverpool game because Varane was injury prone. They never played a game together, Martinez and Varane. So it
Yeah,
was a trial made by Ten Hag,
yeah,
but it was, they showed the aggression and they showed the stamped authority against Liverpool's front three at that particular day. But
yeah,
there was one photo Varane posted on his Instagram where he just stamped Diaz just like that. So we need to bring that fear.
yeah.
Like the opponent attackers, they should know that when you go against them, they're gonna kick the hell out of you. So they brought that fear into the club, which is nice, and especially Malaysia. I have to speak about him. He
Yeah,
brings me
go
that
ahead.
Evra vibe. He brings me that Evra vibe, and I swear when I saw his performance against Liverpool, I was like, please never start Shaw again, or never start Maguire again. This is just perfect.
I think there was a meme. There was a meme. Of course, I'm going to talk about Malaysia very shortly as well. I'm going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give every one of you my opinion as well. But of course, You can also share your opinions. If you have any comments you want to share, go ahead. But yes, interestingly enough, the trio, Maguire, Shaw, I believe, and was it McTominay? I can't remember. They said that what do we do to get how do we get Ten Hag to start us again or something like that. That was a meme, and,
That's
and
what.
it was quite interesting, in my opinion, because those are the three players left out in the dark, and I think needly so because they were not performing really well. Maguire will probably concede goals more than ever. We wouldn't have had clean sheet against Southampton, of course, and I think if Maguire played against Liverpool, we would have lost that game tremendously as well. So I thought it was a good decision made by Ten Hag to drop Maguire, Shaw, and of course Fred as well in the starting lineup. It's very, very, very important. And I just wanted to ask you as well, because a lot of Liverpool fans, or rather Harry, my co-host, who's not here today, since I can talk about him, while he's not here.
Yeah, he is not here.
Uh, yeah, because yesterday we did a show and he said something about Ten Hag make the decision to drop players that he did not sign. Okay, but do you think he will have the same ability, or do you think he will make the same decision to ever drop players that he has signed, in the transfer window if they're not performing? Do you think that's possible, or do you think he's just stick to his own signing?
I think like he would drop the players. It just depends on their performance. But all of the signings right now happened was just like obvious
Yep,
improvement on the squad. Like as an example, you have Casemiro.
yep.
Which manager in the world is gonna start McTominay or Casemiro? Yeah.
Of
So
course, of course.
yeah. And then Anthony, who's gonna start Ilanga over Anthony? So it might be the start because they bought obvious improvement players, who brings upgrade immediately to the squad. And even Malaysia, when he first came, he was supposed to be in the bench. For the first two games, he was in the bench. His initial plan, I think it was to just slowly bring him into the squad, not rush him into it. But
Yep.
due to Shaw's performance, he had to push him in. And another thing where I feel like Ten Hag is very stern with his actions and he tends to drop anyone is Donny van de Beek. He was his player. Until now, he hasn't started a game for Manchester United, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually quite sad. I mean, good thing you brought that up. It almost, you see, the thing is, because Donny Van de Beek has not been playing for so long, he didn't even come to my mind. To talk about it. Yeah, but thanks for bringing it up. It's true. Donny Van de Beek, I thought he would have start. He would have had a few starts. I thought starting him would have made a big difference as well. I would have preferred him over Fred or McTominay any day. I thought he had more hunger, but I do hope that they'd start him in the next few games, and of course see the difference that he can actually bring. Do you think that Eric Ten Hag would actually start Donny Van de Beek, or do you think it is better for him to let go of him and try opportunity elsewhere?
I think it's better to keep him in the squad because Donny van de Beek, he's someone who can play at CM and he can link up play very well at CM. So this
Yep,
particular two position, we have Casemiro right now, and who's going to
yep,
partner him is definitely it's going to be either Fred or McTominay.
yep,
Both of them are not starting lineup quality players, so they have to be in the bench. So that
yep,
slot before that, beside Casemiro, maybe they can get a new midfielder. Even though if they get a new midfielder, I feel
yep,
like Van de Beek, he should stay as a backup option, maybe off the bench and stuff, because we need squad depth. We have seen Manchester City squad; they can just change all the 11 players every game and they have the same strength. So squad depth is
yep,
very important because it's going to be a long season. Players will be going for the World Cup, and then when they return, we don't know who is going to get injured, who's not going to get injured, and it's going to be very hard to purchase players during the January transfer window. So they
mhm,
are. So it's better to have a squad depth, like each position, maybe two good players, who reliable players, and all. So I think it's better like that. So keeping Van de Beek is very crucial. I feel it will take some time for him to get into the starting lineup, but once he gets in, he'll kick in immediately under Eric Ten Hag.
Well, I hope so too. I agree. I hope so too, guys. What do you think? All the other fans out there, let us know in the comments below as well. What do you think about Van de Beek? Do you feel sorry for him? Do you think he should leave? Do you think he should still be in the squad? what kind of impact he should be making. Let us know. And of course, very importantly, now that of course Arvin mentioned about Casemiro, how he is going to be fitting into the squad. I totally agree. He's going to be the guy that wins all the battles in the center of the pitch, making those simple passes. He's the protector of the defenders. The back four. I think we needed a player like that because, in my opinion, having a guy like Casemiro, 30 years old, won practically virtually everything with Real Madrid, and now you see him coming onto the squad. I would say, I mean, I'm not embarrassed to say this, but we are not really one of the favorites, of the season for sure.
Yeah,
We were in the sixth place last season, just barely made it to Europa League. And now this season we've got players like Casemiro, who is going to solve our defensive midfielder problem. And Arvin, I'm sure in the group chat as well that we used to talk about how many times all the guys in the group chat always keep saying, hey, we need to get this DM this, DM that. Why the questions kept popping up and popping up. But to
yeah,
my surprise, right, even though the DM was the major problem for United, sometimes it puzzles me as to why it took them so long, or rather, it was one of their last options to actually, cover that defensive midfielder position. Why didn't they go in earlier? Do you think it's a problem with the scouts, the board? What do you think? Shed some light on that. In your opinion.
all right. It took them a few years to actually purchase one because
A
when
few
Mourinho
years,
was
yeah.
a few years, well, when Mourinho was there, he loved McTominay, and I felt McTominay was good
At
during
the point of time,
during the
yeah,
days of Mourinho and all. And when Fred came in, Fred used to
hmm,
be quite bad, and he's been on and off. I don't fancy Fred at all because Roy Keane have said it before. He has zero football intelligence. He can just run after the ball. You can just use him to press people, get back the
yep,
ball, do simple
yep,
passes.
yep,
So McTominay maybe he has to be tried out in a more advanced position. But he has that ability and he performs against Leeds United. I don't know how. Yeah, like the past 3 seasons, his best games, few of that from Leeds.
yeah, yep. I think he has a very strong. He loves to play against Leeds United. So you never
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
So I feel like it was an issue that was ignored for the past few transfer windows. The previous one, maybe because the arrival of Cristiano Ronaldo.
yeah,
So they were just trying to use this current Fred McTominay and just try to pull out some time because they have just purchased Cristiano Ronaldo and they need some high transfer budget. But
yep,
at this particular point, they knew they messed up a lot that they had to get a CDM. And I'm
yep.
so thankful that Rabiot didn't agree his personal terms.
Oh, yes, yes. His
If
mom
not,
is a psychopath. His mom is a psychopath.
psychopath. And
you
then,
know. So
yeah, we wouldn't have gotten Casemiro if Rabiot came.
yeah, I think no. If we sign Rabio, I think his mom would be playing defensive
Yeah,
midfielder.
it will
you know.
be hopeless. He's selling
Yeah, yeah,
Pogba.
yeah,
He sold Pogba for another person who's like his type. That would
yeah.
be the same thing.
Exactly. I totally agree with you. In fact, I'm glad that, of course, Rabiot didn't make it. The transfer didn't go through. And of course, you got Casemiro. Now, there's a lot of talk about Casemiro as well in terms of his age now, 30 years old. Was the price right? Paying for someone of this age, 30 years old. What do you think in that opinion?
I think for his performances for Real Madrid and for United's desperate need for a central defensive midfielder, I feel like the sum is way too much for a 30-year-old,
Yeah.
but I think he can justify it because it's a major upgrade. You're paying
Yeah.
60 million from having McTominay and Fred to one of the best central defensive midfielders who won the Champions League 3 times in a row and won it
Yep.
last season again.
Yeah.
So it's a massive upgrade. So the desperation in the United board or manager will be like, we can't miss him. Even though it's 80
Yeah.
million, 90 million, go get him because that particular position, after Maguire's clumsiness and all, I feel the CDM should be fixed. Just letting goals
Absolutely.
go like nobody business and all. So I feel it was a point of desperation that led to this. So I feel he can justify the price tag because he will bring a significant difference in the squad.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on Casemiro. I do feel it too. I definitely hope that he starts the next game. I think we all do. We all hope that he starts the next game against Leicester, and of course, that's going to be absolutely brilliant. Seeing what he can do against that. So it's going to be fun to watch him. Of course, winning the balls in midfield. And of course, we control the game. That's why we need. We need to control the game as much as possible. But thank you for your thoughts on Casemiro as well. Now I'm going to go into a bit more, something we need to talk about. I think every time, we talk about this and it is not being solved, in my opinion, I want you to give me your opinion and let me know what you think is going to happen in the next couple of days with our main man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, is he going to stay in United? Of course, he's a professional. I know he's training with the team. He's okay. Everything looks good. He's a true professional. There were rumors linking him with Napoli on loan, with Osimhen as a possible swap deal, to come to United. So I don't know. I don't know how to actually talk much about this, but maybe you can share some light into this as well. What do you think is going to happen to Ronaldo in the next few days?
If you ask me, for Manchester United fans, he has to stay,
Mm-hmm.
but for him, he has to leave. There was
Yep.
there was a particular time in an interview he said that the younger players in the squad could not accept that his mental strength is too strong. Like when he goes,
Yep.
when United loses a game, he goes mad.
Yep.
He goes berserk, and then he goes to the dressing room. He'll just bash everyone with his words and all.
Yep.
So he has a very high winning mentality. I mean,
Yep.
you can see that none of the players there can actually match it. Like
Yep.
I feel like Bruno, David De Gea, they have the passion. And when you look at Maguire's face, whenever he concedes or what, he's just like nothing. So he was in the team.
That was a good one, bro. You just had to put Maguire in that,
I had to
sell
play
it
him off.
somehow. Hey, good one. We go on, yeah.
So I feel that he has to leave for his good because he's when he's here, they are just gonna be against him because the current batch of players they've never seen someone as high caliber as Cristiano Ronaldo, best
Yep.
player in the world with 5 Ballon d'Ors. Current players in the club are just amateurs. If you ask me, none of them had the same mentality. But we can just look at Cristiano Ronaldo's previous Manchester United teams. You have Roy
Yep.
Keane, you have Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Wayne Rooney. So the standard was high. So when he came back again and he looked at all the mess, manager like Ole Gunnar, I wasn't a fan of him since day one because you cannot bring someone who has just managed a Norwegian team into the squad. So maybe that actually triggered few things. He started to go and implement his own concept because he's someone who can't accept defeats and he has a very high winning mentality. So it's very hard for him to be here. He don't deserve to be here actually.
Yeah, but now with the new additions in, when this is my question, right? With the new additions coming in, because previously he had a lot of he was against the board, obviously, for not bringing in players. When he wanted to leave, there was not much business being done. Not much players coming into United, and now there's six players. Including Antony and Dubravka. There's six players. Spent close to about 200 plus million pounds. This transfer window. Now, if you are Ronaldo, Arvin, like, let's say if you are Ronaldo and you are looking at the squad right now on paper. Okay. Now you've just witnessed on the bench that you beat Liverpool without you. Okay. You've beaten Southampton as well without you starting. Now, what are your thoughts if you are Cristiano Ronaldo watching this team? Do you think you want to stay in this team, or do you think I still want to leave? What do you think?
Okay. If I was Cristiano Ronaldo, I would prefer to stay in the club
Mm-hmm.
because he can't leave just like this. This is a
Yep.
club that we all know Manchester United fans love him more than any fans in the world.
Yep.
Yeah. So he has if he gets this done, if he clears us off this mess, it
Mm-hmm.
will be another thing on his CV.
Yep.
Besides, if he leaves halfway and if Manchester United starts to progress, it will be that he was the problem in the squad. And I don't feel he is the problem in the squad. I
Okay.
feel I think if I was Ronaldo, I would stay here for another 2 seasons, 1 season or 2 seasons, fix everything, win titles, stamp proclaim that I came here, I recovered the team, and I'm leaving. That's how he has been playing all over his career. The one thing that differentiates Messi and Ronaldo, sorry for all this Messi Ronaldo debate and all, one thing that differentiates both of them is the high winning mentality of Cristiano, his
Yep.
dedication, winning mentality. So for someone like that to stay in the squad, fight them, bring them to the UCL or win a title or what, it'll be a perfect way to send him off.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with you with that. If I was Ronaldo, I look at the squad, I say, yeah, I want to be part of this team. I want to see what we can do. I want to see, how I can contribute to this team. But then on the flip side of it, if I'm looking at Eric Ten Hag's point of view, what I see happening is I've got a good group of young players with me now. Okay, I've got Martial coming back on form. I've got, of course, Marcus Rashford scoring the goal against Liverpool has given him some sort of confidence, and he could be back to, of course, winning ways. Now, if I was Eric Ten Hag, I would be thinking, okay, how do I fit Ronaldo, in all of these young players that are in the team? How do I fit him in? How do I get him to press more and things like that? So do you think it's safe to say that, Ronaldo may want to stay, but now Eric Ten Hag probably thinks it's better for him to leave, and let him just play in the Champions League, whatever it is.
All right. If you ask me that Cristiano Ronaldo, he will get his game time very soon. The reason why he has not been starting him is because he wanted to implement that high press and all.
Yeah.
So against hard teams, like strong teams, where they come at you, you got to press the ball off them, higher up in the field, and just go ahead. So when you need Ronaldo, because you can never find another clinical finisher in the squad,
Yeah.
you can give him a 50-50 ball and he'll make it look easy. So with the perfect providence, assist from the team members, I feel like he can excel. And
Okay.
I also have the instinct that he'll get back into the starting lineup. Sooner or later, he'll get back because it's Cristiano Ronaldo and we all know what he can do.
Yeah, I just need him to score a goal. We just need to see him. Just need to see him
Yeah,
score a goal because he's not scored a goal yet. So it's probably, one of his days. But I agree with you. I think, if he comes on, whether he's a substitute or whether he's starting, if he scores a few goals, then, I think, it's all
he'll
it's
kick
all
in
going to be
again.
great once again. He'll get back in the team. But then, like I said again, it's also up to him end of the day. We can only see what we hear in the news. It looks like Arvin, in my opinion, Napoli is possibly going to take him on loan. It looks like it, but we only know for sure tomorrow. If there's no news tomorrow, then of course, then Ronaldo will be staying with us. So it's either good news or bad news for some. But I think it's good news if Ronaldo stays. I echo the same sentiment as you, Arvin. So it's good news for me if Ronaldo stays in the team. But previously in the show, of course, yesterday I did say something like I think it's good if Ronaldo leaves as well because
Yeah.
he wants to win the Champions League. He wants to play Champions League football. So I'm not against it if he leaves. Don't get me wrong. But yes, I will be equally happy that if he wants to contribute to the team and also perform well for the team. So thank you very much for sharing that, Arvin. I think moving on now, um, I'm going to ask you about the next game against Leicester.
All right.
So let's see. We have got a comment here from Mambang. Mambang says, "I hope no one will burn their Ronaldo jersey." Nah, I don't think so.
No,
Nah. I don't.
they don't. I don't think
I
they
don't
will
think so.
because he done a great job. Like the previous time he was here. Now he wants to be there. He loves the club. I wouldn't say no to that. It's just that
Yeah, if he
people,
went to City or Liverpool or whatever, then probably some people will burn his shirt. Yeah,
yeah,
but so now it's probably going to Napoli, if like they say, right? But if he goes to Sporting Lisbon, I'm all happy for that because he's going back to the club that he first started his professional career. So I'm all okay for that. So Mambang, thank you very much. Nah, I don't think so. Anyone will burn jersey, but if you know someone who would, let me know. For sure. Thank you once again. Let's see. Okay. Yes. Shalini, yes. Thumbs up to you as well. Thank you for joining our chats. Amazing. Thank you so much. So, yes, moving on to the next segment over here, Arvin. Very quickly, of course, we are rushing for time as well. But I think, we can have a bit of time to talk about, the Leicester game coming up. Now, Leicester has definitely lost. I think they have not registered a win yet. Am I right? They have not really registered a win yet. How do you think they're going to come out against United? I mean, I'm not going to ask you what you think United is going to do yet, but I want you to think, how do you think Leicester is going to play against United? And mind you, we are playing away. So what are your thoughts? How you think they're going to come out?
I think they're gonna come up really strong against Man United because they have not get a win yet, and a win against Manchester United would be a huge confidence booster for them. So they would do maybe they would, it's gonna be more of a possession based football from Manchester,
Yep. Yep.
and I can see Man United breaking it with counters and all. But it's gonna be a
Mhm.
hard game. Leicester have never won a game yet, but they have the players to like Jamie Vardy. So
Mhm.
he's someone who's very dangerous. And I really hope Martinez and Moran starts the game again. I hope Ten Hag doesn't like rest Martinez or rest Moran for the weekend game against Arsenal because it's an important game also, but 2 days later or 3 days later. So I
Yep.
hope that this is my prediction. I think Leicester will go after United. They'll go and attack them as much as they want. So it's about how our defense is performing and how the attacks are converting the chances.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I agree with you. I think Leicester's going to go all out. I wouldn't be surprised if Leicester scored the first goal. I'll be honest. I wouldn't be surprised. I think a lot of people say it's going to be a big test for Martinez in this game, especially to see how, because some of the players in Leicester might just bully him, because of his height. So let's see what he's got in his locker to try and stop that. But I do see Leicester scoring a goal, Arvin. I'm going to be honest. I think they can score goals. And they've always been the kind of team that whenever United play against them, whether it's home or away, they always tend to score goals. And
Yeah,
then we tend to come back, or they will hell us to a draw and things like that. So yes, I think guys, if you agree or disagree with me, I think Leicester is going to come out all guns blazing, and of course it's going to be absolutely amazing game. I think it's going to be an amazing game, definitely. And we have a comment here from Mambang once again. Am you going to win if they wear their green jersey? Cannot see lah. Mambang, interesting point, right? When I saw United wearing I mean, Arvin, I think you agree with me as well. When I saw
yeah.
United wore the green jersey for the first time, I felt like they were camouflaging with the grass. And it looked like the other team was playing against Ghost, and rightly so. Brentford won 4-0. It felt like as if United weren't even there, wearing the green jersey.
It was similar.
you know, it was
Yeah,
like that, like that kind of thing. But wow, if they win with their green jersey, it might just be proving a point that, hey, you know what, might be good luck this season. Let's see what happens. But I think no lah. I think they'll wear their white jersey, or I mean, I think no, they'll wear their red jersey because
red. I
yeah,
think
as they always wear.
it's blue and red. So
Yeah, so I think they'll wear the red jersey. If not, it'll be the white one. I don't think so. It'll be the green one. So yeah, thanks, Mambang. That's some very interesting comments you brought in today. I'm hoping they don't wear the green one though. In that opinion. But okay, I do think United will, on the United side of things, I do think United will play really well. I think they're going to go in with lots of confidence. So I'm going to ask you the next question, right, Arvind? I want you to just very quickly tell me your predictions in the starting lineup. Now, go right ahead. Go crazy. Who do you think is going to start for United in this game?
all right. Goalkeeper David De Gea. Left back is Malaysia.
Hmm.
Center backs is gonna be Martinez and Varane. Right back
Hmm.
Dalot. It's not gonna be changes there.
Okay.
And CDM Casemiro will start.
Okay.
Alongside him, I see Van de Beek starting.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. When the big. Hmm.
CAM is gonna be Bruno Fernandes because he was
Hmm.
magnificent since being captain. He
Yeah.
was
Yeah. He is.
fighting for the team and all.
Yeah.
And for the left wing position, I'll see Sancho going there. And Ilanga for the right wing position. And Rashford on the bench. Marshall starting over Rashford. CR,
Oh,
Cristiano Ronaldo again on the bench.
Okay, so Ronaldo, wow, what five games? Was it 5 games in a row on the bench? Five, oh, five,
Uh,
five. No, he
I
started the
think
first game. 4 games
yeah,
in a row. 4 games in a row on the bench. You really think that's going to happen? You really,
yes,
really think that's possible? Okay, you could be right. You could be right. Of course, pending, of course, what happens the next couple of days. Then we will know for sure whether he'll be starting or not. I think I wouldn't change much from your starting 11. I think it looks very good on paper, of course. However, I think instead of Ilanga, I would definitely start with Rashford. That's the only change I would make because I think Rashford has been showing that he's getting back to his best. So I don't want to change too much, but I will definitely give Ilanga a chance, to play in the game. I wouldn't want to leave him out of the game as well because I think he's electrifying going forward. He can create chances, and his partnership with Malaysia is going to flourish because when they support each other down the flanks, it's just amazing to watch. And hopefully that happens again. So yeah, I only would change that. I'm very happy you said when the big should start.
should start.
I think it's good. What about Ericsson though? Did you put Ericsson to start? You think Ericsson will be on the bench?
I wouldn't start Ericsson because then we will have like two CMs in the squad, Bruno and
Okay.
Ericsson. It worked against Liverpool,
Hmm.
but I think it might backfire because we need
Okay.
someone who can like fall back very frequent and has that. Ericsson is good; he has great vision and all, but we have to just give him that creative side. He's physical. He's like, if you ask me, he's another Yuan Mata.
Okay.
You cannot
Yeah.
start Yuan Mata in the center mid. He has his
True.
flaws. He's slow, but very creative.
Yep.
He's not physically strong. At the same time, his creativity is what we all need. So resting him would be a perfect option because we have lots of games to go. And when he starts alongside Bruno, it wouldn't be consistent throughout the whole season because I feel like when Ericsson and Bruno has to fight for the CM spot, it will bring more consistency from Bruno. Because Bruno has been like number one on the list
Yeah.
since he came. He never had
Yeah,
a
since he
competition.
won the captain's armband, I think he has
Yeah,
been absolutely like showing it. Yeah, I want to be captain. He adds a bit of drama as well. I've no complaints about that against Liverpool and drama he made. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Keep doing that. It's fine. I'm fine with it. I think he's going to be
even
absolutely amazing. Yep.
even
Yep.
since he came, since the
Yep.
first day he came, he never had a competition for his spot.
Yeah.
It was always Bruno. He plays good or he plays bad. It's always Bruno. So we need someone to fight him for the spot.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I do hope that that could possibly take effect because we need him to get some competition in as well. And of course, I think you're right. If he does face come competition, I think it's going to be good for the club, good for him to improve and get better. And of course, good for those players who are fighting for their positions to also play in the game. And I do hope Eric Ten Hag gives everyone a chance equally in the next game and make things happen from there. So yeah, Arvin, it's been a real pleasure talking to you of United, and sometimes we don't have this background noise of Liverpool fans.
Yeah, it's better, bro. I wanted to, after that is preview of the Menu and Liverpool match, during the preview they were like 3-0. We're not gonna have another training session. You should really make a post match review session, bro.
Oh, well, we did make a post match. We
Oh,
did
okay,
do a
okay,
post
I got
match,
it.
and it was nice to see Harry, of course, on the flip side of things. I was happily playing my glory Man United, on the show. So yeah, go watch it if you missed it out. It was fun.
Yeah,
But then again, of course, we are the Plot Malaysia, and this is the fun of our show. We have one United fan, one Liverpool fan, of course. Having that banter. Of course, great friends or great friend of mine, of course. But today is not here, so that's why we can talk about United only, lah. Which is good, lah. So, of course, before I leave you, Arvin, I want to say it once again, thank you very, very much, for coming on and being here on our show. I hope to see you again for sure. And just to
all right.
recap, guys, we were talking about the transfers of Antony and Dubravka, who's newly going to be featured. Keep the news, keep watching the news because they will be unveiling him very soon at Old Trafford. I believe it's going to be today along with Dubravka. So the reason why I'm having this particular show today is to cover that as much as possible before he's being unveiled. And just to also recap to all United fans, of course, we have got 6 amazing transfers this season. Do let us know what you think in the comments as well. with Malasia, Ericsson, Martinez, Casemiro, now of course Antony and Dubravka. So who knows who's going to be adding on to the list? We don't know for sure, but I do certainly hope that we can go far this season and qualify for the Champions League next season. So Arvin, thank you once again. It's been a
Sure,
real
bro. No
pleasure to
worries.
speak to you. All right. So, guys, signing off from the plot Malaysia. As always, this is a special transfer show. This is the show for the fans, by the fans. Take care, guys. See you, Arvin. Take
All right,
care.
bro. See you soon. Take care.